Howdy heck and hey my dudes, how are you all? Good? Good, I'm great. Let's get on with today's video. Now real quick before we get into the actual topic of today, with the current state the world is in, I've lost a decent amount of my income. More than half to be exact. But with less hours I have to be at work means I have more hours to work on videos for you guys and my passion project, Forget Me Not. And so while I have the spare time working on my passion project and making content for you guys, I've set up a coffee just for people who have a couple dollars spare change and want to donate as a one-time thing. And I've also opened up a Patreon for anyone who has a bit more disposable income and would like to consistently donate, and in return see all the behind the scenes work I'm doing for Forget Me Not and videos. I also have Animal Crossing stickers on my Redbubble, and if you want to buy them as a pack, I have a pack of 8 digital download on my website for about $8. All the links for this stuff will be in the description. Sorry that was a little bit long, I just wanted to put all of that out there. Now onto the actual topic of today. Now I want to preface this topic by saying that me making this video is in no way, shape or form me telling you guys that I'm going to be taking a break from my art. I'm still very much working on all the nitty-gritty stuff for my passion project Forget Me Not, which I can't share all of, but I can share bits of on my Patreon as rewards. And I'm also working really hard on Instagram content and videos for you guys that I can actually post publicly and share. Shameless plug, if you want to see more of my artwork, you should go check out my Instagram. That's where all my final art is, and you already know about the whole Patreon behind the scenes Forget Me Not stuff. As you could probably tell from the plug I just gave earlier in the video, there's a lot of different things I'm working on at the moment. But that doesn't work for everyone. Some people may thrive having many different tasks to do, and some will feel burnt out after just hearing all of those tasks that someone else has. And that's okay. Whether you're a hobbyist or a professional, it's extremely important to take breaks from your art. I personally believe that if you're a professional, it's a lot more important that you take breaks from your art, even if it's just short breaks during the week. It's also a bit harder to take these breaks as a professional because your art is your income, but it's important to make time to take these breaks in order to avoid being burnt out, as if you're burnt out, then all of a sudden your income is dramatically affected. Something that I think most artists can relate to is the fact that their art kind of consumes them in one way or another. If you've watched my video about hobbies and why people should have hobbies, then you'll remember I'm very much one of those types of people. The need to create flows through my veins. It's terrible. It's a blessing and a curse. One thing I didn't mention in that video though is the consequence that letting my art consume my life had on me, aside from blocking me off from all of my hobbies. One of those things obviously being burnout. Funnily enough, I had never experienced burnout before until about 2 years ago when I first started university. Reason being, in high school, my art kind of had to take a back seat so that I could learn and pass my assignments and tests and things like that. Once university started, however, suddenly, even if I wasn't working on a personal project or just randomly doodling, I was constantly needing to create and produce content, and going from occasionally doodling from time to time to needing to constantly create took a lot out of all of us. Suddenly, the kids who were so passionate to create content and be creative were feeling burnt out and questioning if they even had what it took to be a creative artist. Art was all they knew, and they couldn't keep up with constantly needing to pump out new content. I know a handful of kids who threw in the towel and left the university, not necessarily quitting, but realizing that they weren't ready for something like that. And honestly, I don't blame them. It was a really heavy change for most of us. Another thing that happened as a result of fixating on art without breaks is narrow-mindedness in the storytelling world. Now, when I say I was fixated on my art, I mean I stopped reading, watching movies, and playing video games to focus on my own stories, which was actually a really bad thing for me. By doing that, I was essentially limiting my knowledge and experience in the art of storytelling. My reference library was extremely limited, and to a degree, it still is pretty limited. I actually have my boyfriend to thank for really helping me out with this one. He's always consuming new stories in the form of movies and video games, and one of our favourite pastimes is to either watch or play through a new piece of media and enjoy it together, which is immensely helpful for my reference library. Something else that was affected by fixating on my art was that I was really beginning to struggle to see my mistakes in my drawings, my animations, and my writing. And I think this partly ties into the previous point about having a really limited reference library, and also having to do with the fact that because I was only writing, animating, drawing, and stuff like that. I was constantly looking at my work, and so my eyes had just kind of gotten used to it and started glazing over any mistakes that I had made, which made it really hard to grow and improve. Taking occasional breaks from my art made past mistakes that I had made a lot more noticeable to me, and I was able to start working on fixing them. I still enjoy my old pieces of art. I don't think I can actually say that I hate a single piece of art that I had made in the past, but I can see the mistakes that I made in each individual piece of artwork, and it helps me know where I need to improve and grow as an artist, an animator, and a writer. Now, it's very important that when you take a break from your art, whether it's for a few weeks or even just for a few minutes, that you have something else to do, which again ties into having hobbies outside of drawing and animating. So for me personally, when I'm not working on Forget Me Not or Instagram content, I like to work out occasionally. I paint glass bottles with really nice gradients. Acrylic paint is really fun to work with, by the way. I play video games, I cook, I watch movies and TV shows, I go out and do my actual day job. There's a lot of things that I have to choose from when I take a break from my art. And that's just the things that I can do at home or at my boyfriend's place. There's so many other things I can do when I'm outside of the house, like ice skating, bowling, karaoke, all kinds of fun stuff. And I find that taking breaks from my art has also helped me with my mental state. I don't remember if I said this in a previous video or not, but I used to always feel like I was running out of time, that I needed to accomplish my goals as fast as possible, and I didn't have time to do anything else. Part of the reason I felt that way would be my father chewing me out or calling me lazy, despite the fact that I was constantly working towards my goal, which only made me work harder, of course. There have been countless days where I would feel just dull and numb to everything, but I would keep working with the thought of finishing the work in the forefront of my mind. I wanted to see my projects finished. I wanted to accomplish things, and the only way I thought I could do that is if I just sat down and tirelessly worked all day, every day. Now, I do believe discipline is extremely important when it comes to working on passion projects. I actually wanted to cover this in my Skillshare class, discipline versus motivation, but we'll see how that goes. However, I can now see that doing what I was doing, working without taking breaks at all and pushing myself as far as I could, was really unhealthy, and that taking breaks to do other things has made me so much happier, as well as making me realize that I have a lot more time than I thought I did to do what I want to do. I mean, for fuck's sake, I'm not even 20 yet. And I'm not sure if I'm the only one who felt like this, but I'm going to say it anyway, just in case there is someone else out there who feels as rushed and feels like they need to work as hard as I did. You have time. You don't need to fixate on this one thing all day, every day. You don't need to make yourself unhappy just to continue working on this project in the hopes that maybe one day it will be finished. You have the time. Just take a break, take care of yourself, play a video game, watch a movie, go for a walk outside, do a bit of a workout, do something else for a little while. Trust me, you will feel so much better, and eventually you'll realize yourself that you do have a lot more time than you thought you did, and you'll be able to relax a lot more once you know that. So yeah, moral of today's video, stop overworking, take breaks, stay hydrated, look after yourself, all that adorable crap. That's everything I have to say for today's video. Remember, if you have a few dollars spare change and you want to donate, I have a coffee down in the description. If you have a bit more disposable income and you want to see behind the scenes, such as backgrounds, storyboards, test animations, and stuff like that for Forget Me Not, I also have a Patreon. And I think that's all of the plugs that I need to do. Oh, I also have Instagram. Check that out down below. And remember, if you want the Animal Crossing stickers, they're available individually on my Redbubble, or if you want the pack, you can download the digital download of the pack on my website. They're not actual sticker sheets that get mailed to you, it's a digital download that you print on your own sticker paper, just remember that. And with that, I'm all out of things to say, so stay warm, stay cozy, stay toasty. If you sneezed in the video at all, bless you, and I will see you next time. Bye!